Good morning and welcome to my Facebook Live this morning. Thank you so much for joining me. My name's Jenny McCormack and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm based in the market town of Brackley, which is in the UK. So I appreciate you joining me. If you're joining me live, then feel free to say hi so that I know that you're there. I can't tell otherwise. And if you're watching on catch up or replay or YouTube, then you're welcome to make any comments and ask any questions and say hi. But obviously I won't see your post until later. But obviously if you have any questions, I will respond and reply to you and give you any assistance you might need. So, morning Jeanette. I thought, I know it's a bit close to Christmas, but I've had this stamp set. I bought it relatively recently, even though it's been in the catalogue. It came out last year, and I thought I just haven't used it. So why not do some quick last minute Christmas cards, or get ahead of the game and have some cards ready for next year. If it's me, although I had done a lot of cards already, there's always one or two that you forget at the last minute. Morning Carol. So I thought I'd use the Snowfront stamp set to do some quick cards. Now these could be just winter scenes. They don't actually have to be Christmas cards. There's no sentiment with it. So you could choose your sentiments. I've got Itty Bitty Christmas. Just grab that one off the shelf. And that's got a nice selection of messages. So thinking of you at Christmas. Christmas cheer. Celebrate the season, from our house to yours. So lots of very nice small sentiments which fit this size of stamp set. Morning Carol with an E. So it's a really easy stamp set to use, and there's so many elements to it that you could have a lot of fun doing lots of different scenes, or you could literally set it up on the Stamparatus and just stamp multiple scenes really quickly using the different sides of the Stamparatus plates. Hi Monica, how are you? I hope you've got some nice summery weather over there in Australia. Yeah, Itty Bitty Christmas is fab, isn't it? So, yeah, so I haven't used this before, so I've got a whole series of uninked stamps ready to go. They're quite difficult to see when they're uninked, but we'll give it a go. So I'm just going to start with a very simple design. Now what I like about this is there's lots of trees in different sizes. So you can get quite an effect of distance by using larger trees in the front and then smaller trees behind to make it look like the distance. Oh, excellent. I love these two deer. I think I'm going to use the deer in this one. And just some straightforward trees and deer, I've decided, for my first one. So I've got a piece of shaded spruce card. This is actually an offcut, so it's slightly odd size. It's 3 3/4 inches. And I've got a piece of shimmer white cardstock, which is 3.5 inches, I think it is. So I'm just going to work on this one to start with, and then I'm going to do a stepped up version. So I have in mind to put the trees across the back and then just have the deer in the front, and then maybe using some of these, you know, a little bit of scenery and stuff like that in there to create the ground. Now one of the reasons I use shimmer white is not only because it's a nice soft colour, it also means that we can use our aqua painter and do a little bit of watercolour effect. So what I'm going to do to start with is pick out some Christmas trees. I think I'm just going to use those two. I might use, well, no, I'll get away with just the two. And I've got shaded spruce, and that's to match my card, like so. Not a colour, morning Lily, not a colour I use very often, I have to say, my shaded spruce. So this is just a small panel here, so I'm just going to line it up. Actually, what I am going to do is put my mat underneath just to cushion it, because these are photopolymer stamps. Although I'm not worried if it's a slightly uneven stamp anyway, because I want it to look like, you know, nature intended. So what I'm going to do is move this out of the way, give myself some space, make sure you can see it, stamp that on the side. I've no idea why I didn't put that in the middle of the block. It makes life a lot easier when it's in the middle. Okay, so all I'm going to do is just at the sort of 2/3 line is do a line of trees, like so. And I'm doing, not that this is very dark, this particular one, and then I'm going to add the little one just behind. So I'm just stamping that off. Morning, Jill. I hope you're feeling a bit better yesterday. Jill was, as many of us were, Monica, upset about the change in rules and regulations for being able to meet up at Christmas. Okay, so I've just got literally a line of trees, and what you can do to, although this is quite a soft image, is you can use your aqua painter just to add a little bit excuse me, of water and texture, and then it looks like you've sort of painted it rather than stamped it. Morning, Sam. So just to give a softer effect. Now adding the water obviously is making some of the trees darker, which is fine. I want a sort of just an image of trees really in the background. Simple as. But you could leave it you know, stamped as is. You could use a lighter green, wash it, and then put a darker green on top. That would be quite effective as well. Okay, let's put a little bit of ground in there. So I've got Sahara sand. I really want to leave it look like it's snowing. Oh, bless you. Yes, it's tough for everybody, isn't it, Monica? Morning, Linz. It's lovely to have you join us today. So I'm just stamping this off, and I really only want a very light line, because I want it to really look just like, you know, sort of snowdrift. I hope you're well, Linz. I haven't seen you around for yonks. And the nice thing about these stamps is you can turn them over and round to get a different look. Now, I don't know how much of that you can see in the light, actually. If I bring that up, you might be able to see it a bit better. So it's just very subtle. Oops, that was nearly in the green. Did you see me do that? Okay, and then I'm going to pop my deer in here, and then a sentiment on the left side. So how easy is that to do a quick card? So I've got my deer, and they're going to be in early espresso. Just going to cover these up. So if you're doing this, you wouldn't really do this on the Stamparatus because you want multiple sets of trees, unless you used the larger tree image and then had a couple of other trees added on. Yeah, I'm very good, thanks, Linz. So this is early espresso. Just going to stamp this off. And I like the, all of these are shaded already, so they add a little bit of interest rather than just a silhouette. There we go, you can see that. And then I'm just going to pop a Christmas message down the left hand side. What am I going to have? Thinking of You at Christmas just feels a little bit too big, bigger than the deer. So I'm thinking just a little Happy Christmas maybe. Yeah. Let me see if I can find it. Or Christmas cheer. But I think Happy Christmas down there will do the job nicely. What one haven't I used? So in the set you get this cute little cottage and a dinky little snowman. So I think I'll have to use the snowman in one of them, won't I? Thank you, Linz. Move that out of the way. There's a little bit of shadow going on, but I'm trying not to put my overhead lights on or my side lights on, just because it glares so much. Let's just bring that up a little bit. There we go. And of course that wouldn't be complete without some Wink of Stella. That goes without saying. Add a bit of glistening to the snow. So I'm just going to pop that onto a shaded spruce card. Let me move that one out of the way. Pop some glue on the back. There we go. Just take time to position that in the centre. There we go. Now to finish that off, I would put an inner into this one, and maybe just with the deer inside, okay, as a finishing touch. So nice and simple, stamping the trees. Added the aqua painter just to soften those a little bit, make it look a little bit more watercoloured. And then this is just Sahara Sand to make it look like the sort of snow drifting a little bit. And then I'll add some Wink of Stella. So I was looking for it, now I found it. Not that you'll probably see much of this on the card here. So I'm just running it along those Sahara Sand pieces, and then a little bit in the trees. There we go. Don't forget, if you put it over some dark ink, make sure you clean off the tip so that you don't contaminate your next card. So there we are. It's got some glistening on it. I'm not sure how much of that you can see. So what I wanted to do is a stepped up version of that, something a little bit different. So what I've got is a circle that I've cut out from grid paper, and again some shimmering white card. Thanks, Monica. And I'm going to position this roughly in the centre. Now I have cut this card bigger than I want because I don't know exactly where the centre of that is. So I'm being lazy. So what I'm going to do is just attach that together, and then I'll cut this piece down afterwards. So I'm just looking for some washi tape or something. And I've got some of these. I know I shouldn't really use them for this, but I've got some of these lovely petals that we had in the washi tape roll, and they're perfect little pieces for attaching. Probably not the best use of my petals, but in the absence of washi tape in front of me, it will do the job. Okay, so this is the actual reverse side. Okay, like so. What I might do is actually put one on the top to hold it in place on my sheet. So what I'm going to do is create another scene, but with the cut out here, I'm going to do a little bit of blending using our new blending brushes to give just an edge to the card, a soft circular edge. That's the plan. So let's find my blending brushes, and I'm just going to go for a blue around the edge. So all I've done with my brushes is I've just given them a generic colour, just so I don't have to keep cleaning them off all the time. And let's see, I've got a little bit of balmy blue. So I'm just going to pick up some of the colour on there. So these brushes are lovely, really nice. If you don't get on with sponges, then I definitely recommend the brushes. So all I'm going to do is just a circular motion around the edge, and it's only going to be very light. But I just want to frame the picture, if you like. Like so. And if you lift that up, I'll just lift that up gently. There you can see I've just got an outline image. So you can do this instead of having an aperture card. So effectively you're creating an aperture card on a single layer. Yeah, me too, Monica. And I'm absolutely sure that my customers will feel the same when they get their hands on them. Okay, so I've just got an edge around there, just sort of make a focal point of that. And then I'm going to build my scene in there. I'm going to leave that in place because I'm going to stamp across the edges. And I think I definitely want the little snowman in there. So what I might do is use this, I know you can't see this one very well, this image here with the trees on the slope, okay, coming across there, maybe with a little tree or something on the end. And the nice thing about that is you can angle that slope. Or I could use the, oh, too many choices. Right, let's go for the green trees on the slope. So this is, again, I forgot what it's called. You can tell it's Monday morning. Shaded spruce. I wanted to call it evergreen. Evergreen something. Oh dear. Right, let's have this up here. Like so. And let's add, I only want the dinky little tree across the end there. Like that, so it's got a complete scene. And then I'm just going to use the edge of this one here that I had just to sort of fill in that little gap there. Let's do it that way around. So I just want to connect it all up together. And then I'm going to have, going to use that one again for some bit of snowdrift. Out of the way. So this is Sahara sand. Now my Sahara sand is quite light, as you can see. So if you've got a brand new Sahara sand, what you might want to do is stamp it off first, maybe. Okay, I want to put my dinky little snowman in. And I am going to do him, excuse me, in espresso. So cute. Let's put him down there. And I think I'm going to have, I could have the little cottage. But I'm going to have my deer again, just because they're so cute. There we go. And I might have a little bit of blue for a little bit of a frozen lake at the bottom. So I might use my Barbie blue. Sorry, I realise it's quite shadowy with the light, isn't it? There we go. So they're by the lake. Let's have a look and see. Cute. So if at this point I could make this edge darker now that I've got my basic scene put together. I could add another tree here in the foreground, I think, as well. So that and then add a little bit more around the edges. So there's a larger tree here. Let's have a look, see. Okay, let's just bring my mat back. Lift that off all in one. There we go. Good morning. I hope you're well, Brenda. Put another one up in there. The nice thing about these is you can just carry on going with your scene and build up as much as you want. I think the little cottage is cute, the deer are cute, the snowman as well. They're all very cute. So what I'm going to do now is bring back in my blue blending brush, add some more blue, and if you're doing this after, just obviously make sure that your inks and everything are dry. I mean, they will, the Stampin' Up inks do dry very quickly unless they're really juicy. You know, if they're brand new, sometimes they're extra juicy. And obviously you could make this as dark as you want. You know what I'm like, ladies. Less is definitely more in my book. There we go. So there's my little Christmas scene. Take this off. Well, winter scene really. Doesn't have to be Christmas, does it? There it is. So using the mask, circle mask, and all I've done is use the layering circles, the largest one I had, on a piece of grid paper. It's perfect for that because you've got the lines to line it up and it's not too thick that you get too much of a board around it. And then just pop that on top and then just build my scene accordingly. Okay, so let's have a look at layering this up. So I've got a shaded spruce card. I've got early espresso layer to tie those two in together. And then I'm going to cut this down to sit on top of there. Okay, so this size is 4 1/4. So I want this finished size to be 4 inches. Let me grab my cutter. So what I'm going to do is roughly, what I'm doing is, I know you probably can't see that because of the light, but roughly centering that there. Just going to grab a pencil and mark it at the 2-inch mark. And then trim that at the 2 inches, just approximately. I'm not, you know, if it's slightly off, I don't mind. Helps if you have it straight to start with, of course. That's about 2. And I'll do the same on this side. So just centre that Just using, you know, just by sight really, like so, and then do the same this way. Like that. I could have started with it exactly in the right, you know, cut to size exactly, but I wasn't sure how accurate I was about placing the circle down. So it's a sort of slightly cheats way of getting it in the middle. So although it does involve a bit of measuring afterwards, of course. So just trimming this down. So if I do 2 edges, the other 2 should work out roughly, which they do. And then so I'm just measuring this to 4 inches, and then hopefully that will work, and that gives me a nice central panel. As I say, you can cut it to size beforehand and have your circle template exactly a certain size bigger, and then position this, you know, right in the middle if you use the grid lines. But that's my sort of lazy way of not actually measuring it until it was done. Oh, thank you, Jeanette. I will put a post up about my live shows over the next few days. So I'm thinking, let's put a Christmas sentiment on here. Yeah, have a great Christmas, Jeanette. I'm just wondering if from our house to yours. No, I don't like that. I could do Happy Christmas coming out. I quite like that. Let's whiz that on. So in terms of my live shows, this is my plan for this week. So today, obviously, I'm here at 10. Tomorrow, Tuesday, I shall be here as normal at 5. Let me stamp this. Okay. And Wednesday, it's my birthday. But what I want to do is share my birthday cards with you. So what I'll do on Wednesday is I will go live at 5 on Wednesday to show you my birthday cards. And then on Thursday, which is Christmas Eve, thanks Jeanette, I shall do the same but show the remainder of my handmade Christmas cards that I've received. So I might do that on Thursday at might do it at 10 in the morning, because I'm thinking people might, you know, switch off for Christmas. So I'll do that Thursday at 10. So that is the plan. So I will put the times up, and then obviously I won't be live. Well, I might be live on Christmas Day, you never know. I might fancy some Christmas, some crafting with my new stash. But not planning to go live, but I might pop up. Oh, thank you, Jeanette. There we go. So there's the finished card. I hope you can see that okay. That would be nice in a snow globe, wouldn't it? As well. If you can see that. Okay, so let me just reiterate that. So Tuesday live at 5. Wednesday live at 5. Oh, let's make it 5 every day. That's much easier, isn't it? So Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday I'll be live at 5. That's nice and easy to remember. Okay, so thank you everybody for joining me today. So these are my 2 cards. I hope you like them. Using the Snowfront stamp set. Hope you can see those okay. And we'll photograph them and pop an image on in the Facebook group after, and this will also be uploaded to YouTube. So thank you so much for joining me. Take care everybody. If I don't catch you online before Christmas, I wish you all a very merry, safe and peaceful Christmas. I think for many of us it's going to be the quietest Christmas we've ever had, but just take time to stock up, relax, you know, just take it easy. And let's look forward to a great year ahead in 2021. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care, stay safe, look after yourselves, of course, and look after your family and friends and your loved ones. And I look forward to catching up with you, hopefully tomorrow. So tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, live at 5. Thank you. Bye-bye.